outside of reality, in a house made of cheese. She's been waiting. Or has she always been here? Have you always been here with her? Meanwhile, in the Arctic Sea.
A sunken ship lays at the bottom of the ocean. A hand rises up, and a figure starts to rise. A fist made of flesh and bone rises from the sea's depths. A creature starts to rise.
Nay. I don't want to do either of those things.
Yeah, but if you had to, though.
We set the scene. We have a choice. We must decide on the correct answer. I'm Kyle, your host for this evening.
And I'm Nathan, your other host, your better host for this evening.
Better. What do you mean by better?
Yeah.
What
in every possible way.
Every possible way.
Yep. I'm taller. There's more of me. I'm fatter, so that makes me better.
Mass equals betterness.
Exactly. There's more Nathan than there is Kyle. Therefore, it's superior. Quantity equals quality. Everyone knows that.
Fantastic. So, welcome everyone to our TwoTinanny. It is our 2-year anniversary. Yeah, we've got a full studio audience here. Me and Nathan are hosting this prestigious event.
We are in the finest tailored suit.
Yes.
I said suit because we could only afford one. We are having to share a suit between the two of us.
We are, which is going to make it very hard when we separate and go and talk to audience guests and everything in a minute. I suppose we'll just have to tear it apart so we're just wearing half a suit each.
I see no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Put on my underwear. Oh, crap.
So we're breaking format and doing a party instead because we deserve it after 48. This is the 48th episode. Shame it didn't land on the 50th, which would be much cooler for our 2-year anniversary, but...
What could we do? It's not like we could have done this in 2 episodes' time and no one would have known the difference.
No.
But absolutely, this is a special episode. It has been 2 years since we began this journey, and we thought there was no better way to celebrate than by inviting all of our friends and some bitter enemies to celebrate with us today in what we are calling our TwoTinanny.
Yes. We came up with the name all by ourselves.
Exactly.
We are very inventive, and
we were thinking about names. I was sitting under a tree and an apple fell on my head, and I thought, TwoTinanny.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, Kyle was flying a kite. It got struck by lightning, and he, at the exact same moment, went, actually, I said Tanny, and you said Toot.
Yes, I shouted out. You were below me. I actually dropped the apple on your head. I was eating an apple at the time. I spat it out.
The apple because you were struck by lightning. Your kite was struck by lightning, and it shocked you.
I started choking and went, toot, toot, toot. And then the apple hit you on the head, and you went, anani, as you do when an apple falls on your head.
And then you fell from the tree into my big muscular arms, and we looked at each other and we realised,
TwoTinanny. And you carried me off into the sunset, and we devised this amazing party.
What we've been doing ever since.
Yeah, I don't know that this will be any use to new listeners to the podcast. Because it's not the format of the show. It's not
how things would normally proceed.
It's full of lots of references to previous episodes, I'm sure, because we've got so many characters.
Some of our favourite and most influential guest stars. I say guest stars as if we've had guests before.
They're all stars to us, Nathan.
They're all stars in our eyes.
We also have many celebrity guests in the audience. I see over there's Piers Brosnan sitting next to Kate Winslet.
the classic duo. And I can see sitting over there is Pac-Man and his friend Mario.
Yeah, we've got them all. We're
There's no point in any other celebrities. We've run the gauntlet with Pierce Brosnan, Kate Winslet, Pac-Man, and Mario.
Yeah. I mean, it's a testament to our podcast that we can go multi-genred, like different companies. Like we've got Mario and Sonic both here. You know, we have Pikachu and
a Digimon character's name.
A Digimon character's name.
I challenge you
to name a Digimon.
Yes. Change the format of this episode. The episode is now an hour of Carl trying to remember a Digimon character's name.
Okay, we've got Agumon. We've got Angelmon. We've got Patamon. We've got Palmon. We've got Devilmon. We've got...
Okay, I bow to your superiority, Carl.
You bow to my Digimon knowledge.
I don't think I've ever loved you more.
So yeah, if you are new to this podcast, then stop listening now. Yeah, go and what episode should they listen to get into the show?
Hold on, Carl. I think this might actually be the perfect primer for brand new listeners because it will introduce them to it will be a smorgasbord of, if you had to, though, content and the rich tapestry that is our interconnected, purely logical, completely linear continuity.
Yeah, and if they can get through an hour of this bullshit, they can listen to any episode, I'm sure.
Exactly.
So just for the new listeners, I guess, I'll say that the usual premise of the show is that we create scenarios for each other, resulting in two possible outcomes. We usually discuss each outcome and decide definitively on the correct answer.
Exactly. We find the best solutions to these problems, and we always have. And we say we create scenarios. What we mean is we recap what actually has happened in our very eventful lives.
Yes, yes.
I mean, a lot has happened to us over these past 2 years. Kyle was melted into a disgusting blob and then disguised himself as the girl from The Ring.
For instance, yes.
For instance.
Nathan himself got a tattoo of Postman Pat on his brain because he wanted to be innovative and cool.
Exactly. And I mean, so many more things happened. It's honestly too much to mention.
Too much. And so now we've gotten that out of the way. Those two examples. Look, if you haven't listened to the podcast up to this point,
listen to our previous episodes.
Yeah, listen to the previous 47 episodes and you'll basically know what we're on about.
It takes that long. It takes that long of listening to us to understand what we're on about.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to say you need to listen to all 47 before you listen to this episode, because otherwise this is going to make no sense. Whereas if you have listened to them all, this is going to make perfect 100% sense and you will know what we're talking about.
Exactly. We guarantee everything we're about to... Well, everyone we're about to meet, everything that's about to happen makes complete, absolute, perfect sense.
Yes, and this has all been planned to the letter, so you know that it's going to...
We sent out engraved, calligraphied invitations to each and every guest.
We did
and
indeed.
And they are received via carrier pigeon.
They are SVP'd via carrier pigeon.
I mean, and that brings me to introducing the first of our many, many guests. Well, I say first, I mean, it's a group. They go everywhere together. The Council of Pigeons.
Of course, the Council of Pigeons. I humbly fall to my knees before these guys.
And because we're wearing the same suit, I have to fall to my knees as well.
And as you should, Nathan, the Council of Pigeons are a sacred order that deserves nothing but respect.
I look over. Wise Gandry the Pigeon.
Who, me?
It is an honour to meet you again, Sir Gandry.
Oh, okay. Do you have any bread?
Of course we have bread. We have prepared a feast in your honour. Look and see the giant table of all the different kinds of breads in the world.
Nathan, I slap you with my glove. How dare you make them go to the table themselves? Let's bring out our waiters.
Oh, okay. You're completely right to slap me in the face. I beg your forgiveness as well as the forgiveness of the council.
Your forgiveness is pending. Let's bring out the waiters. Mr. Winters and Cornelius Whiskers.
Oh, Nathan, it is me, Mr. Winters. Would you like a piece of bread from my tray?
Is it poisoned?
It is sizzling.
It does seem to be floating in the air and it's green.
Yeah, and it has like cartoon stink lines coming off of it.
And now again, there's pieces of metal flying around it.
Yeah, the choice is yours, Nathan. You can accept Mr. Winters' gracious offer and possibly bridge the gap of friendship between you. Like you have been enemies for such a long time. Maybe the 2-year anniversary is the time to bring that bond back together.
I mean, this feud has gone on for too long, I say, and I look at Mr. Winters and I look at the bread or whatever it is. I look at him and go, if I could take back taking that newspaper, I would. So in the spirit of friendship, I shall have this bread. And I grab it and ingest it.
You ingest the bread and you feel okay actually at the moment. So, but Cornelius Whiskers is looking at you with a smirk on his face. Ha ha! You did eat the bread, my friend.
We're friends! I've been waiting for this moment. Should we hug it out?
He's backing away now, Nathan.
And it's difficult for me to initiate a hug when I'm still attached to you.
It is, yes. I'm sort of still looking around trying to get my piece of bread.
That bread did have a unique metallic taste. Can anyone else hear humming? All the sounds in the universe.
That can only mean one thing, Nathan. It's time for your band to play. Let's bring them out. The Prickly Hedgehogs.
That's it. I'm my punk rock anarchist band. They are currently changing out of their waiters' uniform because that was their second job. It'll just take a moment for them to get to the stage. So they put on their prickly hats and their t-shirts filled with spikes inside of the t-shirts. And actually, speaking of which, I have now had to separate us, Carl, because I must join my band. My people need me.
So, Nathan, what song are you going to be performing for us tonight on the TwoTinanny?
The TwoTinanny! Well, of course, this is a special occasion, Carl, and it calls for... I mean, my band, the Prickly Hedgehogs, we're known for our anarchist rock spirit.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Benny? Yeah, that's right. And, I mean, well, first of all, before we go into it, I want to introduce my band. There's Benny Brick. There's Little Orphan Annie.
Hello.
There's Golden Brown.
Well, hello, I'm Golden Brown.
No relation. He just happens to look and sound exactly like the Gordon Brown.
Oh, I thought you said Golden Brown.
Oh, no.
So it's just a coincidence that I did that voice. I mean, he's actually here.
He is actually here. Like I said,
Yes.
No relation. He just happens to look and sound exactly like that infamous figure.
Oh, yes. It's nice to be here, by the way. Do you mind if I join you on stage? Because I seem to want to butt in and have a little conversation with you, Nathan.
Oh, absolutely, Gordon. I mean, you, me, Benny, and the Orphan Annie, we're going to rock this house down!
Anti-establishment! And he throws up the devil's horns and jumps back on stage, ready to play.
Exactly. And that's when I tear away what remains of my immaculate suit to reveal my prickly hedgehog costume.
Wow.
I take out the spiny hair, which sticks into my skull. You can see the blood dripping down my forehead.
I can indeed. I'm a little worried.
Today, lads. Well, you know what we're going to play? We're going to play Happy Birthday, Kyle and Nathan.
Oh, how did they know it was our joint birthday as well as our TwoTinanny?
I mean, we didn't mention this. No, it's our joint birthday, the TwoTinanny.
We were born on the same day.
So, here I am on the electric guitar. Here is, I did call him Benny, right?
Benny, yeah.
It's Benny. It's Benny on the. Right, he's the lead singer. Yeah. Gordon Brown on the triangle.
Yes, I've got my triangle ready. Ding ding.
and little Nanny on the drums. Yeah. So, come on, Nathan.
Well, that was fantastic, and I think after that song, it's about time we brought out our gigantic birthday cake.
And who have we got to bring the cake in? Why, it's every single one of your exes, Kyle.
Excuse what?
It is Beverly Pretension, the bee woman.
Oh,
It is Frankenstein's monster in Kyle Bennett's body. It's Kevin Plutonium, the radioactive reindeer, and of course Holly Hula Ha.
Oh dear. I don't remember how I left things with any of these people, but I'm pretty sure I burned and torched and destroyed all of the bridges with all of these people before I left them.
Not at all, Kyle. We're here to celebrate with you. Have some of this delicious cakes.
Okay, Beverly.
I know how much you love my cooking.
Is it going to be full of cashews?
Kyle, let's not bring up the unfortunate backstory that after you and Beverly got divorced, she took the cashew industry away from your family.
She did indeed, and I've secretly hated her ever since, but I'm willing to put things aside now that she's made me a giant cake.
It's the Cashew-Nade empire. And indeed, That's the flavour of the cake. Cashew-Nade.
Cashew-Nade, the best flavour.
Yes. That's right, Frankenstein's monster in Carl Bennett's body. We made this cake for you, Kyle.
This TwoTinanny, sponsored by Cashew-Nade. Buy it at all of your local Cashew-Nade stores.
Or else.
So, yeah.
I mean, Kyle, you're being rude. Aren't you going to have some of that delicious slice of cake? I mean, I can see the creamy filling, the beautiful vanilla topping, and the giant rusty metal spike that's sticking out of the top of it.
Fantastic. I cut deeply into the cake, and from inside the cake explodes another one of your enemies, Nathan. I'm sorry. It is the Krampus himself.
No, but it's not Christmas. It's not Christmas. You can't be here. It's not Christmas.
So, Mr. Krampus, how have you been since Christmas time last year?
Well, I've been watching Nathan and getting ready to unleash my newest punishment upon him for all of the evil that he has done.
I've been good this year, I swear. I don't think I've killed any orphans.
Even still.
Oh yeah, I have invited parents of the orphans that I've killed. Wait, that makes no sense.
You've invited all the parents of the orphans that you've killed. That has got to be the best sentence you've ever come up with, Nathan.
I've said it. So that's what I've said. I've invited all the parents of the orphans that I've killed to our TwoTinanny. It only felt polite.
What the fuck?
Yes, yeah. Nathan, we're a little annoyed. You killed our orphaned children, but I gotta say, you throw a mean party.
You throw a mean party, Nathan. Oh dear. Shall we? We'll leave you to clean up the cake, Mr. Krampus. Let's go speak to some of the audience members. Who have we got in the audience, Nathan?
Yeah, good. Because it's not Christmas yet, Krampus. You can't punish me yet. You haven't punished me yet.
I have a summoning ritual to perform. I shall be back.
Oh, good. He just disappeared into a swarm of bats. That's lovely.
Yeah, and where he was stood, there's just puddles of blood.
Yes. Well, it was very good to see him again. I'll make sure to speak to him before the end of the party.
Yeah.
And also, hello to all the parents of the orphans. Nice to see you again.
Oh, hello. Oh, yes, I was the parent of an orphan, you know.
who are we going to go see now, Kyle?
Well, there's obviously Don Meriachi, the man who kidnapped you in episode 1, tattooed a penis on your face, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not mistaken. And I peel away the fake skin I've been wearing, a latex mask of my own face over my face, a Mission Impossible style mask of my face over my face. Which begs the question, why, if I have this technology, why haven't I made myself more attractive? But anyway, I peel it away to reveal the penis is there, Carl. It's always been there.
I knew
under
it.
the surface. Don, it's been a long time.
Nathan, hello.
And how is your sister?
Why are you asking after my sister on the day of the TwoTinanny?
You're right. I apologize, Don. Can I get you anything? Our waiter, Mr. Winters and Cornelius Whiskers, have cakes and tarts and jams.
Yes, we have some jams for you. Yes, my friend, have a jam.
I get a spoon, scoop out some jam, and hold it out to Don Mariachi's face. Would you like some jam, Don Mariachi?
Don bats your hand away. Nathan, you have insulted me this day. This shall not be forgotten. You know, okay. Don Mariachi is allergic to jam.
I actually didn't know that. Why would I know that? We only met once and you tattooed a penis on my face. We don't know each other that well.
Don Mariachi curses you this
Why are you
day.
speaking in the third person, Don Mariachi?
He slaps you round the face. How dare you!
Second time in this party I've been slapped around the face. And ironically, it wasn't by the parents of the orphans I've killed.
No, they're sitting very pleasantly. They're enjoying themselves.
They're sitting very pleasantly, contemplating how they can possibly exist. They're a quantum singularity. They're a paradox.
I mean, half of these people, I think, shouldn't exist in the same timeline, so it's fine.
Yes, I mean, we have... That's the other thing. We haven't been talking about our venue here in the time and space between time and space. Our floating orbital platform in the in-between worlds.
Yes, of course. Yes, this is the Multiverse Paradox Palace.
The MDP for short.
That's what they call it.
And of course, it is a giant satellite-shaped, like, male genitalia.
Of course. Of course.
It was designed for us by Elon Musk.
And Elon Musk is here in the audience, funnily enough.
Do either of us know what Elon Musk sounds like?
I'm not doing a voice for Elon Musk. He's sitting next to Robert De Niro and Julia Roberts.
You're looking at me? I don't see anyone else here. I mean, other than all the people I see around here. This is Robert De Niro's voice, apparently.
So, Robert, tell me about your latest film.
I don't wanna.
Oh, okay. You're just here to enjoy the ambience and the TwoTinanny.
I was enjoying until you started talking to me. Go away.
See,
I like your face.
Fair enough, De Niro. I will get back to the show. See, Nathan, a true professional. He doesn't want to talk work here at the TwoTinanny.
No. And like most true professionals, he does not like your face.
No, I mean, my face has been many different things over the years, over the past 2 years.
It absolutely has. I mean, and of course, I mean, you wouldn't exist if it weren't for the host of brilliant doctors, scientists, complete and utter lunatics who have reassembled you the multiple times that you have either crashed your car while juggling diamonds and uranium, or been dunked in radioactive waste, or accidentally swallowed a bomb. So many times that you have completely disfigured yourself. And that is why I've invited all of these doctors, scientists, and legally not scientists here today. We have Professor von Schmergelsfitz. Yes, it is I. We have Dr. von Trust Me, I'm Trustworthy von Fuss. We have Professor Dr. Lord Bilford Billington Bovington Bash. Hello. And we have this dead squid.
Oh, don't be shy, Nathan. Name all 95 doctors who are here surrounding us right now. I'm sure the viewers would love to hear.
Absolutely. And I just did, but you just edited it out.
Don't tell me what I do in the editing suite. How dare you? When I add all of my...
It's over me, Bennett.
Nathan, because I edit the episodes, I can make you sound as stupid as I want. I can have you say anything. I can cobble together a sentence that makes you say, I am Nathan, I am a stupid head. If I really wanted, I could do that.
Yeah, well...
And you just did! Oh, isn't he silly, everyone?
Don't get up yourself, Bennett. This show would be nothing without me. Nothing, you hear me?
Nathan, I've been working with Cornelius Whiskers and Mr. Winters, and you know that harmless piece of green bread that you ate earlier?
Yes, the absolutely tasted absolutely lovely and didn't burn on the way inside and isn't ticking.
Oh yes, the ticking you hear, Nathan. It's not the countdown clock to the end of our TwoTinanny when we do our 10-second countdown. No. In your stomach right now is a ticking time bomb. Come the end of the TwoTinanny, there are going to be fireworks. But they're not going to come from this show. They're going to come right out of your mouth, killing you in the process. I'm sorry. I had to do it for the good of the show.
I see. Well, and I, for the good of the show, have to sleep with every single one of your exes in front of you right now. Bzzz, bzzz, oh, it's so satisfying. Bzzz.
So now...
Absolute erotic pleasure.
I've had to edit this part of the show out just because audio purposes it doesn't work. But there was about 2 hours where Nathan went around and had sex with it was like a Benny Hill sketch. He was like chasing them all around, and there was a
Maintain perfect eye contact with you, Carl, throughout.
He did. He didn't take his eyes off of me, and I kind of enjoyed it a little.
Eyes off of me.
No, I know. By the end, I was getting into it, especially once you started on the bee woman.
Yes, I mean, I might need to go see one of those doctors in a minute. I've got stings in places no man should ever have stings.
It's fine, Nathan. You're going to be dead by the end of the show.
Oh, goody. Well,
yeah.
I'm really glad to hear that because you, as you should know, as I've discussed with Frankenstein's monster in your body and Beverly and Kevin Plutonium, who's a reindeer, and that's what reindeers sound like, apparently.
Yeah, that's all they say. They're like Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not much of a talker, but he's a looker. I can see what you saw in him. And well, I know what you saw in him because I just had sex with him. Right?
Nathan, he's not much of a talker, but he's one hell of a fucker.
The things he does with those hooves and those antlers.
Make any man or woman scream with delight.
It hasn't gone in the direction I thought it was going to, Kyle.
You slept with a reindeer and now you're going to blow up.
Yeah, well, you might recall that you had a slice of cake yourself, Kyle.
I did indeed. It was delicious. Almondy, cashewy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was one extra flavour in there you didn't quite pick up on. Metallic.
What was that? Oh, yeah, I thought
magnetic.
It tasted... Yeah, a little strange.
Tiny little nanites inside your bloodstream.
What?
Chopping away at your blood like little mice in a musical cartoon movie.
Oh, no. I'm hearing music in my head. I see Mickey Mouse. What's going on?
I mean, that's my band. We're just Mickey Mouse is the fifth member of my band.
Good, I thought I was back in the maze.
Let's tear this shit down.
And now for Mickey Mouse and the Mickeyites. See, I'm going to go have a breakdown over here while Mickey plays.
Yeah, I mean, you will just, as we can see, your skin has turned grey and piece by piece your DNA will just fall off.
Yes, so by the end of this episode, I'm guessing both of us will be completely dead. But we've got to carry on with the TwoTinanny and get to the end of the show.
The show must go on until the hosts die violently.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Oh, you won't have to hate me for long.
Good. Anyway, on to our next guest.
Well, I wanted to surprise you, Kyle. We've had so many trips. You've been to so many interesting places, Kyle, and, well, that's why behind this red curtain is a face you thought you'd never see again.
Really?
That's right, Kyle. You recognize that voice. That voice was Angelica Cheeks, the winner of the Miss Arsehole Planet beauty pageant of Arsonia. Come on out, Angelica.
She's more beautiful than I ever remembered.
Absolutely. As, of course, everyone here would know. For some new listeners, Arsonia was the other dimension planet that Kyle went to, filled with sentient arse people who have arses for faces.
And they were a great race. I don't remember which lifetime it was that I met them, but it was one I'll never forget.
You lived amongst them for, well, a long time. And, well, you and Angelica, let's just say, things got steamy.
Oh, yes. Very steamy. It was like a Dutch oven.
Exactly like a Dutch oven. Angelica, tell me about that. Tell me about your experiences with Kyle. What was that like? Yes, I couldn't have said it better myself.
That does bring a tear to the eye.
It does. I mean, actually standing this close to her does make me cry, and I think I'm melting.
It makes you kind of hot and emotional, doesn't it?
I feel hot and sweaty and clammy with emotions.
Anyway, Nathan, speaking of special guests that we never thought we'd see again...
Absolutely. Let me just push Angelica out of the way.
That was the pit of shame, Nathan. How dare you?
No.
Oh, well, she's dead now.
Yeah,
anyway.
She fell into that black hole beneath our orbiting genitalia substation.
Yes, if anyone in this episode does fall into that hole, I'm just telling the audience in general, if anyone does fall into that hole, they will cease to exist forever. I can't remember who we pushed in there, but they are gone forever from our minds and memories and existence.
But, I mean, yeah, that's why I didn't push anyone in there just then. And
No, we haven't.
I just devoted the last couple of minutes. That's why I devoted the last couple of minutes of this TwoTinanny to absolutely no one at all.
No, I can't remember what happened in the last 2 minutes. Anyway, let's bring out your special guest, Nathan, that you never thought you'd see again. Now, do you remember, Nathan, back when you were on the Titanic 2?
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never been on anything called that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, someone thinks that you do remember. Here she is, the woman herself, rose up from the depths of the sea herself, the zombie form of Legs McBooty.
To bring the science monster.
A decaying, green-skinned, once beautiful woman staggers onto the stage. She looks over at you, Nathan, and points with a bone-like finger, a little scrap of skin hanging from the end of it.
Legs! Wow, this is a surprise.
Why, Nathan? Why would you kill me? I was kind to all things, but you killed me. You let me drown in order to save yourself and an evil politician. Dennis, ironically.
You mean our Lord and Saviour, the Emperor of the Universe, Dennis, ironically. All praise his name. All praise his name.
All praise Dennis, ironically.
Yes, well, it's funny you should bring that up. Legs. It's wonderful to see you again. If you'll just come this way with me in this direction, I would love to tell you why I left you to die. And are you coming with me, Legs?
Yeah, she's hobbling forwards as fast as she can, Nathan. Give her a chance. She's a zombie, for Christ's sake.
Oh yeah, one of her legs is just bone.
Oh yes, yeah. She's missing a few limbs. She staggers forwards.
Well, Legs, I wanted to bring you here to this centre of the room to tell you why, and tell you from the bottom of my heart that I don't regret a thing. Beep. And she's just fallen into the black hole.
You say beep, But that was just you saying beep. It was literally cartoon physics, where she was standing over the black hole. It was ready to engulf her, but because she didn't see it, she hadn't fallen yet. And as you said...
I thought there was a button that led to them falling out to a black hole. You mean we've just got a black hole in this building with us?
Yes, it is in the centre of the room. Anyone could fall into it at any point.
That brings me to our next guest, the absence of everything, Mr. Hole, Black Hole. I believe you're quite familiar with him, Carl, from when you became so strong you destroyed the universe.
I did. I destroyed the universe, creating this black hole that just destroys things. And that is why every single week it seems like we're back to the way we were, even though that's physically impossible. It's because things get thrown into this black hole. We don't remember.
We don't remember, absolutely, and no one else remembers because it never happened.
Yeah.
Well, we're so grateful to you, Mr. Hole.
Rip.
Yes. Well, and I hope one day you achieve your goal of absorbing all life and thought in the universe, all light and hope.
Isn't that everyone's dream, Nathan?
We've just had a nice couple of minutes where we've both spoken to absolutely no one, people who never existed.
No. Let's just point out a few more people in the audience. Why not? There's, of course, Hulk Hogan.
What does Hulk Hogan sound like again?
There's Wolf from Gladiators.
Hello, I have a legally distinct voice from Hulk Hogan.
And, of course, Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen from Changing Rooms.
Hello. I have a sore throat.
And why not Kate Winslet as well?
Hi.
Oh, that was a disappointing one. I'm disappointed in you, Kate Winslet.
It is a privilege and an honour to have all of these guests here with us today.
And there is even another one. You make a lot of enemies on this show, Nathan.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm such a nice person, as any of the parents of the orphans I've killed will tell you. Yeah, he's all right. He's a nice bloke.
Yeah, he's quite nice, actually.
I mean, of all the people that could have killed my children, he's been the nicest.
Yes, I quite like the fact that he killed my child, actually.
I mean, yeah, she was a little brat, expecting to be fed.
I still don't understand how the orphans have parents, but it's not mine to question in this Paradox Palace. So...
I mean, I don't understand how we have a sentient black hole, Kyle. Don't start poking holes in things.
Oh, I would never poke holes in the TwoTinanny. But yes, another one of your nemesis is Hans McGee. He's up there crunching his fists, looking at you in a very angry fashion, Nathan.
Hans, I didn't expect to see you here.
Nah, didn't expect to see you here neither.
I didn't think you'd ever want to show your face after your last humiliating defeat.
I'll take you on any time, anywhere.
How's that? How's your bladder? And how's that car? Oh, wait, I've got the car.
You inhuman monster! He crashes through the audience and crashes a hole through the wall and runs out into the void of nothingness.
So silly of him.
That was very silly of him.
Everybody wave goodbye to Hans McGee as he floats through the infinite void of nothingness.
Bye, Hans McGee.
And it's not like space where he's going to die. In the infinite void of nothingness, you will survive. You just will be floating forever.
He will indeed. Shame.
And speaking of forever, there's a special guest I wanted to introduce you to, Kyle. I don't recall her coming up before, but she said that she's known you for a long time.
Okay.
She's known you since even before you were born. This is Cruella Camembert. Hello, Kyle. Oh, that's not nice. I'm just a simple, nice old lady.
Wait a second.
Lovely box of cheese.
No, the last time I saw you, you put me in the
Just
room.
like rats. Rats like cheese. Like rats. Rats in a maze. You're still in the maze. You'll never escape the maze.
Whoosh! Suddenly I'm standing back in the maze.
Back?
No.
As if you ever there.
No. No. It's this.
Sitting upside down in a maze as little floating balls of cheese fly past you, laughing. And then all the ground made of cheese. Suddenly a mouth comes out and it takes a bite. You like to eat cheese, do you? Maybe the cheese likes to eat you. Run, boy, run!
I'm running for my life, but this isn't possible. This was all just a podcast. How am I in a maze?
Coming closer and closer and closer, and then you run and you fall off the cliff of cheese, and you fall and you fall and you fall and you fall.
No!
Carl, why are you on the floor? Why are you yelling no on the floor?
I'm back. The TwoTinanny's real, Nathan. Nathan, I grab you by the lapels. Nathan, the TwoTinanny, tell me it's real. This place is real.
Of course, this place is real, Carl. I mean, look around. There's Frankenstein's monster in your dead skin. There's the sentient black hole. There's the evil cheese witch.
There's no maze. Tell me there's no maze.
What maze? I've never been to a maze. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, thank goodness.
Nothing to be worried about, Carl. We're just here with, the Krampus. And, there's nothing to be worried about. That's right, Father. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Jeffrey's here. Hello, I'd just like to introduce the audience to my son. Audience, son, Jeffrey, my son. Audience. You know how introductions work.
We do know how introductions work. I mean, how long has it been since you adopted Jeffrey, your creepy psychic son?
Well, he's in his teenage years now, isn't he? So he's about 16, so it must be about 15 years, because he was only about 1 or 2 when I adopted him. So, yeah, quite a long time now.
That's right, Father. And that's why I wanted to be here for your TwoTinanny, to celebrate with you before the end.
TwoTinanny!
TwoTinanny! And of course, where Jeffrey has to be your 6 beautiful wives that you adopted Jeffrey with.
Oh, of course.
Betty Butmere.
Yes.
Vera Van Boom. Linda
Yes.
Lovelace. Sally Sass. Crazy Jeff. And this dead squid.
Fantastic. I mean, I've had so many wives over the past 2 years. It's hard to keep track.
Of every single one of them.
You have indeed. Now, it looks like we're getting to the end of the show, Nathan. The big countdown to the end and our inevitable demise, apparently. So I'd just like to bring out the guy who we mentioned at the beginning, the guy who tattoos your brain. A good friend of yours, Kevin McCready.
Kevin McCready?
Oh, hello, mate. How are you doing, mate? I'm Kevin McCready.
I mean, all the best. Kevin.
Yes. Would you like me to do a live tattoo on your TwoTinanny?
I would love nothing more than you to do a live tattoo on our TwoTinanny. And to harken back to the beginning, I think it's only suitable that you join me in this tattoo, Kyle.
Of course. Let's put the suit back on. We'll be stuck together, and he can do a double tattoo on the both of us.
Hand me the stapler, Jeffrey, and
Okay, mate. So, what kind of tattoo do you like on your backs, or do you want it somewhere else? I could do it on your genitalia, or I could do it on your legs, I could do it on your ears, I could do it on your kidney.
I think my back's okay. What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, my back's fine, Kevin. You just do one on our backs.
So I think in the spirit, harkening back to the beginning, you and me, Carl, should have a joint tattoo.
We should
One
indeed.
that we'll have to commemorate this day for the rest of our lives, which obviously will be the next 10 minutes because we're due to die in 10 minutes' time.
Yes, of course.
And I think it should harken back to how we originally thought of this whole extravaganza.
That's beautiful, Nathan.
I, Kevin, want a tattoo that says Tinanny.
And I, Kevin, would like a beautiful tattoo that says Doot, if that's possible.
And I, Kevin, tonight, I'll be Michael Jackson.
Oh, well, I can definitely do that. I don't know that I can make you look a bit like Michael Jackson, my friend, but I'll give it my best.
I'll settle for the Tinanny.
Yes, I'll give you the Tinanny.
Give me the Tinanny.
I'm doing it, my friend. I'm doing it. You get on with the rest of your show, and by the end of the show, it'll all be on your backs, and you'll be dead anyway, as you said, which seems like a waste of my time. But anyway, yes, you get on with your show.
Good, yeah. Well, me and Carl just continue walking around in these backless suits that we bought. while you follow us behind, tattooing us. Kyle, your sexy shape-shifting rabbit is having sex again.
My sexy shape-shifting rabbit does nothing but have sex with... my sexy shape-shifting rabbit has had sex with every female member of our audience. Kate Winslet,
Yes.
Julia Roberts.
In fact, because he's a shape-shifting sexy rabbit, he's actually having sex with every single member of the audience all at once.
Yes, it also has shadow clone capabilities.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
It can be in multiple places at once.
I just meant it was stretching. It's
Oh my
shape-shifting
God,
inside
Nathan!
the building.
Oh my goodness! It's shape-shifting to have sex with the entire audience. So it's going inside one, then out of them, and inside another.
No, I mean
Nathan,
it's got like 50 penises.
50, you think we've only got 50 people in our audience? You are very much mistaken. There are about 10,000 people here.
Misogynistic people, Carl. We invited way more men than we did women.
We definitely did. Yeah, there are 50 women and 10,000 men. And I'm
quite glad about that. Now I'm glad I did not invite my mother and my sister. You did invite all of your female family members, which your sexy rabbit is now having sex with.
Yeah, only my female family members. I just forgot to invite any of my male family members, which was very careless of me. And now, yes.
Your loving mother and loving having sex with your sexy rabbit.
They do. I can't help it. When they come round for Sunday lunch, like they all end up sleeping with my sexy rabbit that grows multiple penises.
I elected to come down for everyday lunch now. It's more popular than ever.
The selection process for bringing in the 10,000 men was that we marched them up to the top of a hill, then we marched them down again, and then if they could do that without breaking a sweat, they were invited to the TwoTinanny.
Exactly, which is why we've got Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We do indeed. Say hi, Arnie. Oh, he's shy. He is shy.
Oh, Arnie, there's no need to be shy.
And of course, we've got Jules Holland here. I don't know why. He just wanted to come. He's a big fan of the podcast, apparently.
Yeah, actually, I'm here. My lawyers sent me because of the name TwoTinanny. And that's all the time we have for Jules Holland.
Yes, so let's get the big clock out and do our big countdown to the end of the show, Nathan.
All right, okay, let's bring out the giant 10-ton clock.
And who is it who's bringing that clock out, Nathan?
All six of your wives.
All six of my wives and Santa Claus.
That's all right. I couldn't. I was so happy to be here to watch you die, Kyle.
I see. Yes, so thank you for bringing the clock out. Thank you to everyone in the audience. I've mentioned many of them. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone else in the audience, Nathan? Before we,
I'll do. We've got one more guest that we haven't mentioned yet. The disgraced former queen of the Lollipop Ladies, Lollipop Leslie.
Oh, there is Lollipop Leslie. She's a little upset. She's still dealing with the election results. By election, I mean I jumped under a crown and I'm now the Lollipop King. And my holy mission to destroy the world and take it all over. Well, obviously that's going to come to an end because, as you said, I'm going to die any moment now. As am I, Nathan. So you know.
Yeah, I'll just pass this crown. Here, Jeffrey, you're now the Lollipop King. All this power, this world shall be mine. That's the spirit, lad.
Good on ya. Hopefully your bomb doesn't kill everyone else in this place, but you know what you're going to do.
I mean, that's why we did get all of our guests to sign the risk management agreement, not to hold us liable if they died a horrible death due to the revenge of our many, many enemies.
Indeed. So,
but yes, I want to give a final shout out to our final guests. Steven Seagal, John-Claude Van Damme, Mary Poppins,
Nicolas Cage in every role he's ever played in every film. There are multiple Nicolas Cages, and all of them are as handsome as the next. Hi, Nicolas Cage from Ghost Rider. How are you doing?
I'm fine, just slightly burning up. And over here, I see Nicolas Cage has met your ex Beverly. Not the booze.
Oh, Nick, you cad.
And of course, we have all the Jim Carreys from all the multiverses.
Of course we do. Smoking! Somebody stop me! They're mostly the mask, though. There's about 10 masks.
There are 10 masks, yeah.
It's him from different points in the film.
We really enjoyed the mask. we just...
That's a spicy meatball!
Oh, never change, Jim Carrey from the mask. And, of course, our absolute best guest, our guest of honour, the guest we could not have possibly done this show without.
Let's give the award to them.
Say who that was?
Should we give the award to them? The award for best guest.
Yes,
the prestigious TwoTinanny Award.
Best podcast TwoTinanny Guest Award goes to Little Orphan Annie. Do you want to do the drum roll? That's a bit too much. Little Orphan Annie. Sorry. I forgot what Little Orphan Annie's voice was like. Somehow. Oh yeah, we've got Christian Bale, Batman. I'm Batman.
I like that your first instinct for Little Orphan Annie was, hello, I'm Orphan Annie.
But we already established earlier that's not her voice.
Not even slightly. Yes, so let's give out the award to the best audience member of our podcast.
Absolute best audience member of podcast goes to... you!
I was going to say you!
No, I was pointing at our audience member, Kyle.
Oh, I was pointing at you, but I thought you were going to point at me, so I thought that was going to be a whole thing.
I was breaking the fourth wall.
Oh, I was kind of hoping that you were pointing at me and we could...
I definitely wasn't pointing at... We're not guests, Kyle, we're the hosts.
Shit, yeah.
We're disqualified from this very competition.
Well, in that case, I nominate the monkey from the PG Tips adverts.
Wait, no, he doesn't make monkey noises. What on earth does he sound like?
He doesn't sound like anyone. Right, let's do the countdown. It's time. We've got like 10 seconds to go. Are you ready, Nathan?
Yeah, I mean, it is lucky that the giant clock that we set up is synchronized to our explosive deaths. I'm going to vomit out fireworks that will both come out of my mouth and my anus, exploding throughout the entire room. You will, of course, disintegrate as your skeleton is chopped up by tiny little robots.
And then, of course, the black hole in the centre of the room is going to grow and engulf everyone here anyway. Which was the plan all along.
It was.
So,
I mean, we thought there was no better way to celebrate than by murdering 10,000 celebrities.
And it's really great that we can do this countdown in person. Because if we were trying to do this over Skype or something, it would be so out of sync, it would be stupid. So
it would be stupidly out of sync. But thank God that we are, as always, in the same studio recording this podcast.
Exactly. So shall we begin with it?
Before this genital-shaped space station in between dimensions has been the studio that we've been recording all our podcasts in for the past 48 episodes.
It has indeed. It will be a shame to end here, but we must. So without further ado, let's do our big countdown, Nathan. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. TwoTinanny!